Back to Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven, and we're going to be breaking the Gunbreaker in to 70. So I'm gonna try to get in here. It's just the goal. Then I gotta unlock 2 more dungeons for my 80 roulette, which is fine. I did unlock them. I just have to do them. There's 8 dungeons already. We're supposed to get, I think, another one. Well, I mean, we got the twining in this. So there's 8. And then I think there's another one coming or something. So the only thing I had a problem with any of the dungeons was the gap between 75 to 77. I felt like there could have been another dungeon in between here. That was kind of my thought. Like, I felt like there was a lot of like space between the 75 and 77 as far as storyline. But from 77 to 79, you're so entrenched into the story. I didn't like feel like that gap was as detrimental as the 75 to 77. But once you get it, whatever, it's pretty good. I just got to unlock these 2, and then I'll have the random queue for my roulette, which I'm planning on doing that as well. Oh, I should just repair everything else while I'm here too. Luckily I did on that. Alright, looks good. Looks good. Now I do like the configuration, you know, I put together as far as most of the macros, though I do feel like there was one thing on my summoner I'm going to change, just one thing for that configuration, and then I feel like majority of it looks pretty good. So and I think I got that one over here on my Heart of Stone, if I'm not mistaken. Heart of Light. Oh yeah, that's what I gotta put an MO on that one, a mouse over, or that's another one I'm trying to like configure how I want to do that. I could put it with this one, but I wouldn't want to double tap it. That's why I've kept it kind of separate. So oh boy. It's moments like this you're kind of like, okay, how do I want to set that up? I'm trying to think here. Got the arm's length, and then I have the Heart of Light. I could put an MO and then Heart of Light and then Self. So if I don't want to mouse over, like, it shouldn't fire. So I could even put it like in the beginning, I'm thinking. Like if I wanted to mouse over to throw a quick. So if I wanted to do something like that, I could go like And then we can use the heart of stone MO. And then what ends up happening if I don't utilize that mouse over, we can keep it as, now what's the GCD on that? It's quicker, 25 seconds versus Heart of Light. So we'll put that before the Heart of Light. And then that should be it. So basically, anything that doesn't have a mouse over, it'll override and just kind of sequence. But this way, if I want to utilize it towards a party member, I can mouse over, and then this way it's just going to be applied, and then it comes back in on me before. So I think that'll be pretty good. Let's get the food buff up. Let's say there should be a shaft. Hey Chrissy, how are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. I am trying to level this up, trying to get it out of the way. I ended up. I need to get rid of some of these elegant tombstones. I'm capped up. So I don't think there's any 70 gear I need. I think I got everything pretty much for the most part. So let's get some resources out of that. All right. 1 second. Everybody needs a healer. We're gonna do the leveling. Just because I'm aware there's a bonus. It's a big bonus. But I really, really need to get this dude up there. Actually, you know what we'll do? We'll do the shit. I hate to say it. I think the Alliance raid or the main scenario is going to yield the most. But it's time consuming. But yeah. Oh, what to do? I'm okay. I just got back from work. Was it a busy day? You know, I hate doing this, but I'm so close. I really, really, really hate main scenario. Main scenario can be a little bit whatever, but I'm like on the precipice, and it's like for me, I would rather get my bonuses in on my healers as much as possible. So I'm just trying to get him to 70, trying to get him over that little bit of a hump. So, it's crazy, man. One second. Teenagers, man, I'm telling you, man, they just drive you nuts. I love them, but holy gosh, where's the keys? All right, we can put this one in here. I didn't want that. How in the hell did I get that? I don't want that. Screw that shit. Alright. Trying to get there. God, I don't want to. I really do not want to do the MSQ. This. I already did it once. I'm like, to get my over. I'm like, oh no. Oh no. It sucks. I just used the hose. I will work on a plot of land with some friends and we grow crops. Oh, cool. I brought home some potatoes today. Nice. Do you make homemade chips? Do you make your chips homemade? I know a lot of people like to do that. You know, and that's the crazy thing. Like, I like different type of, we call them fries in the States, but you guys call them chips. Like, I know a lot of people like, I don't like really thin ones. I like them kind of medium, and I like them kind of like a little crispy on the outside, but nice and like, you know, a more of a bite to it. Yeah, you do? Got you. How do you like yours? Do you like yours thick, thin? You know, we used to have like when I worked at a restaurant one time, we had a potato, a fry cutter or chip cutter, and you could actually change the middle to, you know, put the different sizes of fries. If we all had standard, but we'd peel it, slice it, take out the ends, and whatever. But we also have these things called fair fries, which leaves the skin on. I'm not really fussed. So it doesn't matter how it is, just long. So you can have them like small or big. It doesn't matter. Like, you can have them thin or you can have them thick. And like, I don't like the really thin ones, man. I don't. Like, I feel like, you know, you're always grabbing more than one, and I hate that. So now, do you like, we dip our chips in the States. Now, do you dip your chips, or do you just eat them with like salt? And like, there's so many different things. Like, people are different everywhere. So I'm kind of curious. I'm always kind of like, you know, what's the standard? Like, you guys like use cream in your tea. A lot of people do over there. And over here, we don't, a lot of us don't cream our tea. You know, we drink iced, and we drink regular tea, like hot tea. But there's not a lot of people that cream their tea over here. We cream coffee, though. Like, I'm drinking coffee right now. Like, I have a latte, and I have to have cream. Because it's just so bitter. I put salt and vinegar and barbecue sauce on them. Nice. Yeah, salt and vinegar is so good. I'm not allowed salt and vinegar anymore. I have high blood pressure, so those days I don't eat a lot of fried foods, and I don't eat a lot of salt and vinegar because of my blood pressure. You know, my cholesterol is actually pretty good, so. But yeah, no more salt and vinegar. But I love salt and vinegar. Malted vinegar on chips is awesome. It is so good. Barbecue sauce, I have done that as well. Oh, I haven't tried the two together, though. I can honestly say that. This one's actually better than the last one, so thank God I got this one. This should level me. If not, I think I'll hit the level. I'll lose the bonus, but This should give me enough on the scale to hit the over the hump. Or gravy? I've done gravy. What kind, though? Brown gravy, right? It's the brown gravy. Do we love like what we call loaded fries? I don't know if you have like what they call loaded chips, where you fry them up, take them out, and then you pour cheese and bacon over it, and oh, you get a fork, and oh my God. And our fish, like, I'm picky about my fish. I'm not gonna lie. I like mild fish. I mean, I can't eat like some things. Like we have these things called salmon patties, and I can eat salmon patties, or you know, use chicken gravy. Never tried chicken gravy. I've always used the brown gravy. Always brown gravy. It's like it's it's good. Now, do you guys have hash browns over there? Because we have this other thing called hash browns, and it's kind of like chips, but literally it's a potato fried like a fry, but it's in a it can either be like cut up into pieces and then put into like it's almost shredded then compacted, and it makes like a patty, a potato patty. That's fried. It's so good. I like smoked cod or hand-cocked. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I love those type. Like we have beer batter, and my grandma used to make like this. Like there, you could tell the difference between certain how people fry up their fish, and when you have a good beer batter, oh my god, so good, so good. I stink at making fish. I mean, I can make baked fish, but like frying fish, I do okay. I mean, I wait and get it whatever, but I can't get that crust, that nice crust. I mean, you know, I've experimented a couple times, but yeah. Hash browns here are shredded potatoes with batter. Got you. Got you. See? There is, just same thing, just called different. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah, we definitely like kill hash browns in the morning. Just, I don't eat hash browns anymore either. I can eat some every once in a while, but I really do try to stay away from fried foods a lot. I mean, I know it's not as bad because of the oil change, but I remember when I was a kid, you would go to, all these places and they use peanut oil. And I know, like, it's better for your heart and stuff to use the vegetable oil and all that stuff. But I'll tell you what, nothing tasted so damn good coming out of a fryer when I was growing up. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it, but oh my god. So good. Just so goddamn good. You're like, yeah, this is not healthy for you whatsoever. I don't even know if you can buy peanut oil anymore. You used to be able to get a ton of that shit. One second. I don't think I was about to say anybody break the pipe yet. I use calorie spray oil. Got you. Yeah, man. Oh my gosh. Telling you. Now, is sausage like? Do you guys like eat like sausage links, sausage patties? Like we have both over here, but like a big thing for our breakfast is like if you're not gonna do bacon, you sometimes eat sausage. A lot of people don't like pork though, so. There's that other tank or that's the healer. Like I could eat breakfast probably all day. I probably could, there's so many different ways. Like eggs. Eggs are so versatile. They're so goddamn versatile. Like you can have an omelet, you can have them over easy, you can have them boiled, hard boiled, soft boiled. We call them soft boiled, where they're poached. Like you poached eggs. Like one of the tricks, instead of actually typically poaching the egg, is actually to poach it in a shell at half the time that you would typically boil an egg. And what it ends up doing is poaching the egg to round, unless you want it like that, where it's typically the way the poached egg works. But pretty cool. Just eggs are so versatile, man. In Scotland, they have square sausage. Everyone else in the UK have all sorts of different types of sausage, pork, and leeks, Cumberlands, and anything. Yeah, leeks isn't big where I'm from. If you can get leeks, you're good. You're good to go. But we don't have a lot of leeks around here. Southern people have a lot of leeks. I like this tank. He's just like, fuck it, take off. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, friggin' oh yeah, leeks are hard to come by. Collard greens are hard to come by. Like, we can get okra, And okra I use for like gumbo. Cabbage is pretty common around here. You know, we get cabbage. We have all the typical stuff. We have asparagus and but like certain types of like tomatoes, you don't see common around here either. There's like so many different breeds of tomatoes. You can probably grow them, but peppers, tons of peppers. I think everybody grows almost as many goddamn peppers that you can think of. Soy is big time around here. They are hard to grow. Leeks are. Yeah, I imagine that. Yeah, I don't. You know, I never know why like people like don't. I mean, I imagine they are because you don't ever hardly see them. Like that's not the. I just don't hardly see. Squash is a big thing though. I mean, you can get a lot of squash around here though too. Cucumbers are big. Zucchinis. But yeah, leeks. You don't see a lot of leeks, man. You just don't see a lot of leeks. That's like lettuce too. The different types of lettuces are really hard to come by. Like iceberg lettuce, pretty common. But like majority of your other type of lettuces, you don't see a common around. Corn is huge. We grow a ton of corn, like corn for days. All different types of corn. Like corn, and more corn. Potatoes, people can grow potatoes, but a lot of people don't grow. I think that's more Midwest, like that focuses on the potato, especially Idaho. You know, we all know Idaho potatoes. Get the big old ones. Red potatoes are good though too. I like white potatoes. I like soups. Man, there's so many things. Like potatoes a versatile thing too. I'm with you, dude. Just keep going. I'm going on the second one. And like turnips. I don't like turnips. We grow turnips too around here, but I do not like turnips. I don't like turnips and beets. Those are probably my least favorite type of vegetable ever. But I love peas, beans, all sorts of beans. Yeah, like I literally can say anytime I've ever, seen people try to like market, I hardly ever see. I don't think I've seen leaks ever, really. I've seen melons, I've seen all sorts of stuff, except like peaches. We don't grow peaches up here. Very hard for us to grow any of that type of fruit. Oranges, obviously not. Apples, yes. Blackberry, big blackberry state. We can grow blackberry for friggin' days. But most of our blackberries are wild. So strawberries, we've grown strawberries. We don't have a lot of problem growing berries. But that's another thing. Grapes. You don't see a lot of vineyards. We do have a few vineyards around here, but not a lot. We don't have a lot of vineyards, man. It's just very hard to come by. I don't know why, or I know grapes take they take a lot of finesse to grow, to have a really good vineyard. But here in Ohio, we don't have a lot of vineyards. Potatoes can get blight though. Ours have got, so we had to harvest early. Oh, got you. That's another thing. Like we get these really good mushrooms in Ohio. I think the one thing I think Ohio definitely has abundance of is Ohio's. We get chanterelles. We get a lot of different mushrooms that people prize over. We get, I think it's called black truffles. I think we can't get the white ones, but black truffles I think is common around here. But I've never seen any. But they're expensive. Mushrooms and all sorts of mushrooms are very expensive, and a lot of people won't give up on them either. That's another thing. I think there's only one more we gotta get. There it is. I'm hoping this will be enough. I'd like to get at least one of my tanks up before the raid's up, but I pretty much see myself healing anyways. So my AST is probably going to hit 70 before my DPS or my tank will. I mean 80. But I already got the Scholar, so... Oh my god! That was a lot, but not enough. Damn it. I'm gonna give it up to the Bard. One second. We're gonna do the leveling. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Not gonna get that nice bonus today, but I'm so close. Alright, sorry about that. Alrighty, ready. Alright.
I'll cut you to pieces! I will not yield to you! I have the power!
Woof. Woof, 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 woof. Try to leave the opening as much as possible for him so they could have just stayed. So I was like kiting him, so every time he would face it, it'd go to the far corner. So this way they could have kept the middle. All they had to do was run, the AoEs to the back ends, but. Alright. Oh shit, where's my heals? Oh. Yep. I think we got all cast.
Filthy rats! Get on with you! Sickness must be purged! Get on with you! Sickness must be purged! And now the final cut! This shall be a mercy. You disgust me. Sickness must be purged. Get on with you. Sickness must be purged. Sickness must be purged. Get on with you! Sickness must be purged.
Oh yeah. There we are. There we are. I'm gonna give it up to the ninja. No, just don't see a lot of ninjas. So every once in a while, I just like to give it to DPS support, you know. Nice. Thank you. I think I did pretty good. I think I did pretty good there. I think I did okay. And ta-da! We're level 70! So the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is switch out the gear. I already got 390 gear, so we will be changing the look to Um, and I think my weapon, my new gun blade is right there. So I already have that as well. And yeah, I'll use that one. Oh. Now we got to go back to Grenada so I can use the template to switch his look back. But and I got to do the quest line and all that stuff with this dude, but we got him. We got him. He is now 70, and then we can just switch his look. Right there. Ta-da. And ta-da. So only thing we need to get is the continuation, which is the quest line, and then we go from there. Pretty good. In the new expansion, what other classes are there besides Dancer and Gunbreaker in the new expansion? Those are just the new classes. We have 6 new zones, 2 new classes, 2 new races, and 9, or I have 8 dungeons, but we have 9, supposedly 9 new dungeons, 3 new trials, and then our new raids coming out next week. So I think every expansion they usually typically come out with 2 jobs. So I want to say, and we'll just update that gear and we're good to go. So all I got to do is the quest line now, and then when I come in and I look at this, I still got to do the 2 quests here for on my healer to unlock that. I'll get that today. But now, see, I can get the clusters with any of my tanks or healers. Trials need a DPS. And then I think if you do trial on your 80, you can get the stones. Yeah. You can get your Goeta stones for majority of this stuff. Except, so Alliance Raids, you're good. Leveling, you don't. Here you do. So if you're farming for the gear, you can get up to 2,000, which I need to do this weekend. I'll be grinding because you have 2,000 that you can acquire in a week. And then during reset, I'll gash up and we'll get some of that new gear for my healer. So it'll be fine. We'll be good to go. Do you think they'll add Green Mage? You know, that's a good question. Like, I think we'll get like a we could see another job within a year, right? Like in the in-between content prior to another expansion. So, but a lot of people are talking Geo. Like, they'd like to see Geomancer. Green Mage would be a good one as well. That would be a really good one. Or Chemist. A lot of people are saying they want Chemist. So, Geomancer, Chemist, or Green Mage would be really good. So, it'd be interesting. Interesting to see how far they go with it. But, yeah. I mean, could we be getting another healer It'd be interesting. I don't know if there'll be another limited job. I feel like blue is nice, but it doesn't. It's because of the limitations that the practicality behind blue mage. It's just like, if you want to go ahead and have a job to grind and mess around with and have a lot of overpowered fun, yeah, blue mage works out really good. But there's no, like, I wish they would take blue mage, and I like the idea behind blue. I'm not saying like get rid of blues, what blue offers. What I'm saying is put a typical a combo rotation in on it, so as it's learning its abilities, it can adjust a combo, like make new combos, and then if they adjust the potency accordingly. I think it would be viable. It wouldn't necessarily have to be a limited job, and I think a lot of players would have a lot more fun, accessing blue like that. How would Green Mage work in this, you think? I think Green Mage would, I think it would kind of be a support, like a healer support. Like we have White Mage, we have Black Mage, we have Red Mage, we have Blue Mage. Green Mage, I would honestly would have to be some sort of heal support if it was to come out. I honestly think that if we're going to talk about Green Mage, we would have, something where it's, more nature-based, elements. It could DPS. It could be a range of DPS, like, nature damage. So taking, like, instead of making White Mage is a healer. So if they wanted to do, like, like a dot, like, kind of like, take dot effects, like basically on the summoner, but just to make the Green Mage more plant oriented, that would go, like, you could have a DPS healer support like Red Mage and still pull it off like either a DPS or a heal side or both. So like it could offer support and damage. So that's how I think. But wouldn't they mean that they'll need to be more healers in a raid? No, the way that's 2 healers per ARR team. So on a 24, you have 6 healers anyways. So if it's a DPS support, like Red Mage is a DPS support, it's a white-black spell cast, except it for its sword moves. Red Mage plays really well. It's flexible, but the problem, the weakness of Red Mage is you typically don't slot Piety, so that affects Red Mage healing. And Red Mage potency is down right now, so Red Mage I feel needs a bump. It's still mobile. It's mobile. It deals good damage for its role, but not enough to keep up. And unfortunately, that's something that needs to be adjusted. I think they keep compensating Red Mage because it heals, but it's like nobody in red slots Piety. Like nobody, like hardly ever. The healing in the Red Mage is weak in comparison to any other job. I know it can heal, but so can Summoner. It just, those 2 jobs can throw heals, but not enough to even be significant. So if they're going to consider that more support, they need to buff the heal potency of those 2 jobs or the DPS. I'm not saying both. I'm saying one or the other. Ouch, right? Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, like Red Mage, I love Red Mage as a caster. It's mobile. It plays really fun. It's probably one of my most fun jobs for a range to play. When I'm ranging, I really like the Red Mage. I really do. I enjoy Red Mage tremendously. The Red Mage just has a lot of mobility to him, but unfortunately it's also because of his healing capabilities that he suffers the most. I gotta reconfigure him, but I wish they would adjust them just a little bit. Hopefully. Machinist actually looks a lot better than anticipated. So Machinist actually came out pretty good. The rotation's still clunky, but the damage actually looks good on him. So I'm glad I leveled the Machinist. Anyways, I gotta take a break. Chrissy, thank you for chatting with me today. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. Plus, I got to learn a lot more. You know, I'm always about learning. I like enjoying people's, you know, experiences in life, no matter what. I mean, literally, it's the best. Is like just hearing what people do and what people are into. Like even for hobbies, anything, you can learn so much about individuals. You know, just being inquisitive. And I enjoyed our conversation tremendously. But I'm going to take a break. I've got a couple things to do, and I want to thank everybody for stopping in. Thank you so much. Once again, I'm Mystic Raven. This is Mystic's MMOs. As always, have a nice day.